Roll the camera. Okay.
Scene 1, take 1. Scene 1, take 2.
Kia ora. Welcome to Supersonic News. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Evie. Today on Supersonic News, we look at issues relating to challenges. One challenge faced on the 14th of April 1912 was by the crew on board the Titanic. The Titanic was 882.5 feet long with a double-bottom hull that was divided into 16 watertight compartments. Facilities ranged from Turkish baths to libraries, and it even had 3 elevators, which were very expensive back then. It was declared unsinkable, and so only 20 lifeboats were fitted to it. Of course, the Titanic was not unsinkable, and when the big ship hit an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. on that fatal night, an officer with a revolver had to stand by the lifeboats to ensure that women boarded the lifeboats first. Of the 2,223 people aboard the Titanic, only 706 survived. It was a catastrophe. Since then, there have been other water-related catastrophes, and one of the most recent ones is the oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico. Here's our on-the-spot reporter with more.
Hello, I'm Sophia, and here we have Lauren from Greenpeace. Hi Lauren, and thanks for joining us today. Could you please tell us how this oil spill occurred?
I can tell you all right. There was a blowout in the wellhead of one of BP's oil rigs, resulting in 40,000 barrels of oil pouring into the sea daily.
How did BP attempt to fix the leak?
They tried various methods. There was the top hat attempt and the stuffing of rubber down the well's blowout preventer attempt, among others. Meanwhile, oil kept gushing into our waters on a daily, then a weekly basis.
Yes, and clearly this has a profound effect, not only on the environment, but also on people's livelihoods.
Absolutely. Hotel owners, shrimpers, charter boat operators, they're all looking at expenses they can't meet. And as for the environment, we've got birds dripping in oil, otters dying of hypothermia because the oil is blocking the air bubbles on their skin, and whales and dolphins inhaling oil when they come to the surface to breathe. It's just been devastating.
We appreciate your time talking to us, Lauren. And that's all from me. Now back to you, Hannah, in the studio.
An interesting interview. Thanks, Lauren. And now for other challenges being faced in the world today. This time, challenges that youth face. To begin with, some challenges youth face today have been foisted on them by the adults in society. These are not just challenges, but outright crimes, and include physical abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. In addition to these, there are murders and abductions. Then there are the challenges youth face which has to do with their peers. Bullying, falling in love, getting dumped, drink driving, and binge drinking, to name a few. Should the drinking age be lowered? Today, Lilina went to investigate a teen's side of the story.
Thanks, Hannah. Joining me now is teenage student Larry. Tell me, Larry, how much alcohol will you drink on a weekly basis?
Well, I hardly ever drink on a school night, but on a Friday night I might have 3 RTDs quietly with my mates, and on a Saturday night, I don't know, maybe 6 RTs and a few rum and cokes.
RTDs and rum and coke? Are you aware of the dangers of mixing your drinks?
Well, that's just an example. I just have whatever's there.
Right, and would you consider yourself a binge drinker?
No, not really. My mates drink way worse than me.
Do you think at the age at which you can procure a drink should be lowered or kept the same?
What does pursued mean?
Unfortunately, we ran out of time now. Over to you, Evie.
Thanks, Lolena. And now for challenges that Pacific Islanders are contending with. There are many different cultures and traditions in various Pacific Islands. However, there are also many common elements. Time tends to be flexible. If somebody says they'll meet you at 11 a.m., they may turn up late, or if they don't think it's important, not at all. There is a love for music and dancing, strong Christian beliefs, and an important understanding that you work together as a community. The issue that many Pacific Islanders face today has to do with their children. Do they send them to countries like New Zealand and Australia for educational and employment purposes? And if they do, will they lose the language and culture that is so important in determining who they are? Another group of people working to maintain their belief systems at the moment is the Muslim people in the United States of America. Let's cross now to our on-the-spot reporter who has more on the situation. Over to you, Lara.
Thanks, Evie. I'm Lara, and joining me now is Daisy Khan, Executive Director of the American Society for Muslim Advancement. Daisy, what are you planning to do that is causing such controversy?
Hi Lara, we would like to build a centre and a mosque in a property we purchased in July. The mosque will reflect the richness and diversity of New York City while also reflecting core American values of freedom and expression and religious faith.
The problem is, of course, that the site where you would like to build the mosque is only a few blocks away from Ground Zero. Some people view this as a cemetery where their loved ones were killed in the 9/11 attacks. What can you say to people who feel like this?
While I understand the pain that these people must feel, I just want to point out that it wasn't all Muslims who destroyed the towers. It was a group of people who just happened to be of Muslim faith.
Thanks, Daisy. Now over to you, Zaria, with the weather update.
Kia ora. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather across Aotearoa. Starting in the north, the sun shines on Kaitaia as usual. In Auckland, morning sun but rain in the afternoon. In the Coromandel and the Bay of Plenty, light cloud at 18 degrees. In Hamilton, rain keeps you high to 14 degrees. Rotorua to Taupo, thunderstorms and chilly temperatures. Napier and Hastings, a sunny day and 26 degrees. In New Plymouth, an overnight low of -4 brings fresh snow and a beautiful day. In the Wairarapa, cloudy with warm temperatures. In the capital, head to the beach, enjoy your sunny high of 28 degrees. Over the Cook Strait, Nelson tops the high with 31 degrees.
Showers in Kaikoura break by midday, so leave your whale watching to the afternoon. In Christchurch, light cloud with light snow. In Ashburton, clear sunny skies take you to 24 degrees, but dark, angry skies bring heavy rain to the west coast. Further south, thunderstorms spread inland towards Queenstown, where a chilly 8 degrees brings fresh snow. A sunny day follows snow in Dunedin, 18 degrees is your high. And finally, cold temperatures bring snow to Invercargill and hail to Stewart Island. That's all from us for now. Good night, New Zealand. Catch you tomorrow. Back to the news desk with Evie and Hannah.
Thank you, Zaria and Steph. We'll be sure to wrap up in Wellington tomorrow. Well, folks, that's all from us too.
We hope you've enjoyed the show and we wish you all a pleasant evening. Thank you all for watching and we'll see you again next time.
From the whole team at Supersonic News.
Ka kite anō,
And a very good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen. Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Scene 1, take 2. Take 2.